I had an interview today, right? And this is the outfit. The outfit, nice, simple jean jacket, plain blue, dark blue shirt, black pants. The shebang, everything. And it went well. It was a good interview, and it was great. And it got me thinking to make an interview video with some advice. And I'm not gonna tell you about wardrobe, okay? Because if you can't look presentable, come up with clean clothes, look decently, you don't have to look professional, but you want to look like you can do shit. You don't want to look like a bum. You don't want to dress dirty, obviously. So I'm not gonna tell you anything about your wardrobe. Those are things that are fucking common sense. What I'm gonna tell you is that you have to sell yourself and be relatable, because everybody can have the skills to do the job. What they want to know is who you are. Are you gonna fit in? Are you gonna be consistent? Are you gonna do the job? Like, sometimes they don't even care if you don't have the skills. Just as long as you can show up and you're eager and you want to, they'll give you a job. And I know the job market now is tough and everybody's struggling to get even interviews. I'm here to help you for when you get that interview, because they're gonna always ask you who you are. Tell me who you are about. And you could tell them what you want to tell them, but you want to be relatable. And this is important because this is what happened to me today. So he's asking me who you are, tell me about me, about yourself, about your work experience and how it relates and stuff like that. He didn't even ask me questions, and I'll tell you what he asked me in a summary. But he asked me who you are, and I'm like, hey, I'm 24, I like to cook, and I got into cooking, and I told him a story. Telling a story is also a good way to sell yourself. So I was telling him a story. I was telling him, hey, ever since I living alone, I've been practicing cooking, because when I cook, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good, and I wasn't satisfied with my cooking, and I wasn't really enjoying my meals. Kind of wanted to eat out. And that's when I started going on YouTube and using ChatGPT, and also on websites, and looking for jobs to cook better at. And that's how I got the ball rolling, And he even paused me. He's like, "Oh, you know what, man? That is so relatable, because that's what I started too, because when he left to live on his own, he was also cooking for himself, and he didn't like what he was cooking. So be relatable, because for me, what I'm trying to be is a cook, a chef. That's my career path and choice. I'm trying to go into jobs leaning towards that direction. Whatever job your choice is, what career path you're looking for going into, be relatable with it. That was how I was related to my career right now, what I'm trying to get into. That's how I'm relating. Hey, I'm living alone. My cooking's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. So I want to at least be able to enjoy food that I bought. So, be relatable. Tell a story. Sell yourself. Sometimes, fluff it up. Fluff it up a bit. Yeah, it's not, the truth all the time, but when you need to fluff it up. So I was telling him that, I got into cooking because I was living alone, and I wanted to enjoy meals properly, have good, tasty meals, and told them about my work experience and how my work experience introduced me to cooking. I told them how my job experience at this Italian restaurant got me experiencing different things, and I learned to how to properly label things in a food storage area, and how to FIFO things nicely, and making sure people are using produce or ingredients, milks, eggs, cartons, stuff, the ones with 2 eggs, to use those cartons before touching the older one, the newest one. Get the ones you already started, use the produce, use the ingredients you guys already started, and just finish that and then get the new one. Okay, it's not that hard. But you'd be surprised if you worked in like restaurants and back of house how many people just don't use, the produce that we just it's currently being used. Like you have like a full salami and then you have a half one. Why don't you just get the half one? You're gonna use it already. Just take it. Like, it makes no sense. Or like, you have this container full of cheese. Use this one that has like maybe 1/3 of it already. Just kill it and then get a new one. It's not that hard, but people are just lazy about it. Just like, I don't want to carry too much. I'll just carry the fresh one. It's just like, oh fuck, dude. But that being said, be relatable. Give your experiences. Tell stories about your job, about your work, and about yourself, and relate it all together. Because, everybody can come to the job. Everybody, but they're, want someone that wants to be there, wants to learn, and it's going to fit in, and everybody's not realizing that, I think. Because even though the job market's horrible and people are still going to get interviews, many people have gone to interviews and still haven't gotten a reply back. And I think I think maybe they don't maybe have the skills to do an interview, because I'd be getting interviews and I'm getting jobs. I'm starting training at this new restaurant I'm gonna be working at, and it's called STK. Not to show you what location, but I think it's called Steak, whatever. I'm gonna start training there, so that's good. And then this other job I interviewing, hopefully I get interviewed for more over there. I hear a call back from it, because I do think it's a good place. They have decent sandwiches and it's very popular. So you know what? Hopefully I do get called back for that place, because it would be nice to learn how to make different type of sandwiches and stuff. That's a good niche. So that being said, sell yourself, tell a story, be relatable. Tell relatable things at work, that it shows you that you know how to deal with certain circumstances and situations. Because if you can't get them to be like, you can't make an impression, then you already lost the interview. They're gonna forget about you. If you make an impression, they're not gonna forget about you. They're gonna have you in mind. They're gonna bring you up. They're gonna think about it. They're like, hey, this guy he was pretty cool. And at the interview, I told him he looked like a famous person. He really did. He looked like that guy, the actor from the Boys, the one that does Soldier Boy. He kind of looked like him, and I was like, damn, the guy is well groomed. Like, he has a full set beard and stuff. It looks well groomed, and I'm like, damn. All I grow is this, and I'm gonna shave this soon. So that's some advice for interviews. Make an impression, sell yourself as like a person, not like as a product. Be relatable, tell stories, relate it to the work and yourself, because that's how I did it. That's how I'm gonna keep doing it. Be yourself and be calm, relaxed too, and don't be so serious. Smile and calm. Because, if you can't make an impression, like I said, you lost. You need to make an impression. They're going to forget about you. It's true. It's, they do a lot of interviews these days. Many people sign up, many people go, and not many people get called back. Not many people even get a chance for interview. So when you get an interview, make an impression. Be relatable, a story. I'm going to repeat it so many times, but yeah. Well, that's it, because I'm going to eat and finish this. So have a nice day. and it's hot, so drink some water.